Today I'm going to show you how to do some basic maintenance on your Zippo. What you're going to need is a Zippo lighter, a screwdriver, needle nose plier or tweezers, some flints, and possibly a new wick and some fluid. To start, we'll open up our Zippo lighter, take the lighter out of the case. Now, the first thing you want to do when you're looking to do some maintenance on your lighter is looking at the wick. Over time, the wick will start to get full of carbon, and it'll also get obviously shorter, and it could get frayed or splayed on the inside. So you want your wick to be nice and clean. So what you can do is, if you take your needle nose pliers or a tweezer, you can grab the wick. You can pull it up to get a fresh, clean piece. Now you could use a scissor, but I find it easier if you're using a pair of pliers to use the metal clips on it to cut the wick. The reason being is all the Zippo wicks have metal in them, and scissors are kind of hard to get through that little piece of metal. So if you use something with a metal clip in it, like a metal clip like this, you can snip it off a lot easier. You want to clip it off just about to the top of the chimney, and then you want to pull the wick back down. And to do that, you're just going to remove this screw, take all of the rayon balls or the batting out, and pull the wick back down a little bit. This is also a good time to show you how to replace the wick. So once again, I'm just going to unscrew where the flint goes, and do this by hand because it's on a spring and it can shoot across the room. I'm going to take that out. You'll notice that it's packed pretty well in there with rayon. Some people think it's cotton, but it's actually rayon. You can use the tweezers or the needle nose pliers. I'm just going to pull out all of the batting. You can see the wick comes out pretty easily. So take your new wick, just twist the ends a little bit, make sure that it's nice and straight, and put it through the opening. Some people will put it through the bottom side, or you can put it through the top, whichever is easier for you. Push it through. You want to make sure it is just a little bit below the top of the chimney. You could start by putting a couple of the rayon balls back in. As you put one in, you should try to take the wick and bend it to the side, kind of like a snake or an S pattern. And kind of weave it back and forth in between the rayon. Once all the rayon is back, you can put the cover back on, and you can put this screw piece in. Now while this is out, it's a good time to check your flint. So this is a flint that was in there, and it's still good. I'll show you quickly how to replace it. Let's get a brand new flint from a dispenser. You want to put it in the hole, the brass hole, not this hole. Screw it back in. You can use your screwdriver. You don't want to get it too tight, just tight enough. Should have a good spark. Now during that, your wick might have moved a little bit, so again, just take your tweezers, you can manipulate it. That's what the metal's on there for, so it'll hold its shape. Now to refill your lighter, Some people put it right in this hole here, but you're really actually supposed to lift up the backing. So lift up the backing, take your lighter fluid, and you're just going to saturate the rayon. A little goes a long way because it will wick throughout all the material. You're going to close it. If you did everything correctly, it should work perfectly. Just keep in mind that Zippos are not airtight, so it will run out of fluid pretty quickly. You're going to have to refill it with fluid, you know, every few weeks at least. Just be careful when you're doing it that you don't get any fluid on you, and if you do, don't light it right away, or you can go up in flames. Once again, that's just some simple maintenance for your Zippo lighter.